So, you know, after the day we had, we thought, geez, two guys that haven't been out for a rip together in almost half a decade, maybe we should take the things out for a rip. So,
worst mistake ever.
Dexter managed to make it pretty much right down there. This is about where it happened. Not even out of eyesight of the yard. And this was after we pulled the XCR out, you know. Tip her up for him, Dexter. I'm pretty sure that's...
What $1,000 look like?
Well, I don't even know if $1,000 will cure that, depending on what you buy for a track, but she bent the fucking wheel. She's about half cockeyed there in the end of the rail. And yeah, this is just how quick it happens. Well, I guess today turns into a skid and drive shaft removal. So, skid's pretty easy. You just back these adjusters off all that you can. Tap your wheels ahead. I recommend replacing that with a stainless bolt if you choose to, but it's a good idea. Next thing you gotta do is right here, take those bolts out. And then you have these bolts up here, and there's actually a nut on the inside as well. 14 mil or 9/16 gets all this done. So once you have it, you can either have the sled lift it and just wrestle it out, or tip it on its side. But it comes out fairly easy. It just likes to catch on the track bumps on the inside. So the next thing we're going to do is take this brake gear apart. And it's got this big locking ring onto it, so you got to hit that with a chisel to loosen it, or a good... I'm going to try it with this heavy screwdriver, but we want to get that off, and then we want to take these Allen keys out so we can get in here and get the drive shaft loosened off. Okay, so when you get this big nut off, whatever you want to call it, it's normal thread, so you loosen counterclockwise. The brake rotor is splined, okay? So don't pound on it too much. It should just wiggle off. Maybe spray some fluid in there if it's giving you a hard time. But now at this point, we got to flip the sled in the inside, and we're going to go after these 4 bolts here, and they're actually nuts on the inside of the tunnel. And when we get that done, we'll be able to move this over. And then we've got to get a couple 6-inch extensions, and there's a 14 mil short bolt in the center of this shaft way over on the other side that bolts it to the diamond drive. You have to get that out of there in order to get the shaft out. And if you don't remove that bolt, you can potentially cause damage to your diamond drive in the process of doing this. So we'll get her flipped up and show you what this looks like on the inside, but we're at the last step here. So alright, so here's what we're after right here. This one, that one, and there's another one up top there that you can't see. So right, this, and one back here. Sorry, I lied. You do take all 5 out. There's another one up here. And now this here should slide off the shaft. But before we do that, we're going to flip it back up, get our extensions, and see if we can get through to this bolt in the back of the diamond drive. So that center bolt I was telling you about, it's a 5/8, and you see how long that shaft is. You got to go the whole way through it. And then in here, once you take that out, which the thread's in here, you can just pull it back on the shaft because you have all these bolts out. Out comes your shaft, out comes your track. Done deal. Oh, of course, catching on.